Let's rewind the clock to June 2022, back when Ms. Marvel made her Disney Plus debut, Sandman took over Netflix, and the Thunderbolts speculation was red hot. These were the books everyone was scrambling to get on their hands, and some soared to the top of the market, while others fizzled out just as fast.
This is the CovrPrice Top 10 Weekly Rewind.
And we're flashing back to June 2022, a time when Ms. Marvel hit Disney Plus, Sandman made noise on Netflix, and the Thunderbolt rumors had the back issue bins on fire. Sakuto Spider made her US comic debut, popping up in Deadpool and Spider-Man, and over in the MCU, Gore the God Butcher showed up in Thor Love and Thunder, bringing some serious villain energy. A new female lead named Grimm made her mark. And at last, but not least, Fortnite danced its way into the comic world, blending gaming and comics. Hey everyone, what's up? It's me, Izzy, with Comics with IzzyVerseNYC. And we are hanging out at HeroesCon 2025 this weekend, surrounded by comics, creators, and collectors. Don't forget, make sure you like the video and subscribe to CovrPrice's YouTube channel for all your needs. Let's get on to the list with number 10. Number 10, Ms. Marvel number 1, Marvel Comics, 2014. Ms. Marvel number 1 experienced a surge in demand 3 years ago, driven by MCU hype. Despite mixed reactions to the Disney Plus series, particularly from comic purists regarding changes to Kamala Khan's origin and powers, her cultural significance as Marvel's first Muslim superhero sustained consistent interest. This key issue, more affordable than Captain Marvel 14, remained popular with new and long-term fans alike. It reached a peak of $300 for a CGC 9.8 with a raw fair market value of $89. However, the market has since cooled. Sales have dropped to $26 for a raw copy and $42 for a CGC 9.8. This decline reflects a post-The Marvel slump in speculative buying following its modest $47 million domestic debut. Despite this, Kamala Khan maintains her cultural and comic relevance, with consistent demand and increasing support for diverse narratives. While we categorize this as a bust, her enduring popularity suggests a maturing market and a secure future for her as a modern superhero. Along with many of Kamala's other key books, this issue continues to be an excellent long-term investment.
Hey everyone, it's still only 35 cents here. I'm here to talk about Ms. Marvel number 1 from 2014. It was a great hot book at the time. There was lots of rumors and speculation about the TV show. It's a bit of a bust now, but I'd still keep your eyes on this one. What's important about this one, she's a New Jersey resident and to all intents and purposes could be the modern day Peter Parker. So get out there and buy this book if you can.
Number 9, The Amazing Spider-Man number 3, Hikaru Yusugi, 1 in 100 variant, Marvel Comics, 2022. Once considered a highly sought-after grail for Sakura Spider enthusiasts, the 1 in 100 Yusugi variant of Amazing Spider-Man number 3 has seen a significant shift in the aftermarket. 3 years ago, its scarcity and Yusugi's growing prominence through projects like Deadpool Samurai fueled its desirability. This variant, released after Sakuto Spider's debut in Deadpool Black, White, and Blood 4, was instrumental in establishing her as a fan favorite within the Spider-Verse, leading to raw sales reaching $201 and CGC 9.8 exceeding $600. However, as of June 2025,
The variant market has cooled considerably. Raw copies now average around $70, and CGC 9.8s are selling for approximately $119, marking a clear bust in its prior evaluation. Despite this decline, the variant maintains relevant for completists and fans of diverse characters.
What's up, comic fans? This is Cup of Comics, and we're talking about ASM number 3, 1 in 100, the Sakura Spider. If you don't know who she is, her first appearance was in a Deadpool manga, all right? Her influence is anime, manga, and it's connecting worlds, all right? We got the comic book fans, we got the anime fans, and this book's gonna bring them together. This is a big book. It's still kind of hot. It's fallen a little bit, but this is a character that's totally not known to the comic industry, to comic peoples, but this is a character that's really niche. It's gonna catch on. It's gonna mix manga, anime, and the comic book industry, all right? Keep an eye out for this book. Peace.
Number 8, Sandman 13, DC Comics, 1990. 3 years ago, Sandman 13 experienced a significant surge in demand, fueled by the release of Netflix The Sandman series and a growing interest in minor keys. At that time, raw sales reached $24, and CGC 9.8 graded copies commanded prices of $275. However, the market has since stabilized, with raw copies now trading at around $11 and CGC 9.8 at $217. While this represents a decrease from its peak, it's considered more of a push than a complete bust in the market, despite various controversies surrounding its creator, Neil Gaiman. Interest in the series and its related comic issues remain steady, and collectors continue to seek out minor keys tied to the popular Netflix adaptation. With a new season on the horizon, it is certainly a comic book worth keeping an eye on for potential future fluctuations.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Chinmo. I'm from 3 Men in a Basement on YouTube. I'm here talking about Sandman 13, First Lady Joanna Constantine. This book was hot a couple years ago when the first season of the TV show is coming out. New season's coming out pretty soon. Jenna Coleman played Joanna Constantine in the show. There was some legal rights with Constantine going into the show, so they changed it around to where they made Lady Constantine, who was an ancestor of Constantine in the books, to their present day Constantine, and it worked fantastic in the show. She's amazing in the book, very fun. The book is dropped a little bit in the years, but it's coming back up with season 2. Great time to buy it. It's always a great book to have. Sandman is one of the best runs out there. Be sure to pick it up.
Number 7, Grimm number 1, Flaviano, second print, Boom Studios, 2022. Grimm number 1, released in May of 2022, was an immediate success, selling out before its official launch. Boom Studios quickly issued a second printing on June 1st, featuring a new cover art by Flaviano. This second print, with a limited run, rapidly became a highly sought-after collectible. The first print garnered over 75,000 orders, marking Boom's largest creator-owned launch of 2022 and drawing comparisons to Something's Killing the Children. The second print reached peak values of $33 raw and $106 for a CGC 9.8, fueled by its scarcity and the series' growing popularity, making it a speculative hotbed for collectors and investors. 3 years later, Grimm has struggled to maintain its early momentum. Despite this, its audacious exploration of life, death, and beyond is still acclaimed as a standout title on comic shelves. Currently, raw copies are valued at $6 and graded 9.8s at $22, marking this issue as a bust for now.
I'm Chris from the Comment Vet YouTube channel. I want to talk about one of the books I'm kind of passionate about, and that is Grimm. Grimm is an excellent story put together by Stephanie Phillips with incredible artwork by Flaviano. This is a mishmash of wonderful, rich characters led by a non-sexualized female character that is at the core of Grimm. It's trying to figure out why she's becoming a member of Death and going out to do Death's dirty work. Besides that, we have a bunch of other rich characters from different parts of time and different parts of the world scattered throughout and they all bring their own little je ne sais quoi kind of flavor to this incredibly rich storyline that is truly, in the end, a mystery-based whodunit. And why is that female character now dead and becoming a Grim Reaper, trying to bring other people to the other side? Grim is a Boom Studios excellent story I feel you need to consider. Thank you.
Number 6, Thor God of Thunder #2, Marvel Comics, 2012. Thor God of Thunder #2, a modern key from 2012, saw a significant surge in value 3 years ago due to the cinematic debut of Gore the God Butcher. Christian Bale's portrayal fueled this hype, driving prices to a peak of $529 for CGC 9.8 and $153 for Raw. While sales volumes increased with the release of trailers in 2022, prices stabilized, hitting a plateau of $425 for a CGC 9.8 and $133 for a near-mint Raw copy. Taika Waititi's combination of Gore as Marvel's top-tested villain, combined with Bale's star power, sustained.
Steve here from Burke Family Picture Comics. I'm talking about Thor the God Butcher. This is a hot book just a couple years ago with the movie Thor Love and Thunder that came out. I really enjoyed the movie. I really did. The book went crazy in value. Now it's dropped a little bit here in 2025. I'm not surprised, but I still feel like it's a great book to invest in. It's kind of like Noel with Venom 3. Definitely a great investment for the future.
Number 5, Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood #4, Marvel Comics, 2021. Sakus first appeared in US Comics 3 years ago in Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood 4. This debut, combined with the 1-in-100 variant for Amazing Spider-Man 3, ignited collectors' interest and drove up prices. At its peak, a CGC 9.8 copy of Deadpool Black, White, and Blood reached $52, with raw copies trading just about $40. Today, while still a key issue for dedicated Sakura Spider collectors, the intense speculation of 2022 has subsided. Current data indicates a bust for raw copies, now trading at just $5, while CGC 9.8 copies are experiencing a push at $40.
This issue of Deadpool is extremely hot because it is the first appearance of Sakura Spider. She's a character that originated from Japanese manga, another Spider-Verse character that we don't get to see that frequently, and I think we should. This is one of those characters that has that manga audience that's part of it, so you should be checking it out. You should be looking it up, and who knows, this may be a good opportunity to pick it on the low.
Number 4, Thunderbolts #1, Marvel Comics, 1997. Kurt Busiek and Mark Bagley's Thunderbolts #1 is a cult favorite known for Marvel's major twist. The heroic team was actually the Masters of Evil. Hype surged after Thunderbolts movie was announced at San Diego Comic-Con in 2022, increasing demand for first appearances. As Incredible Hulk 449 became too costly, collectors shift to Thunderbolts #1, boosting sales. Prices peaked at $270 for CGC 9.8, and Raws were going for $34. However, 3 years later, the 2025 film's release grossed only $374.5 million globally and concluded with the team rebranded as the New Avengers had a different impact on the market. Despite the cultural interest spurred by this twist and the MCU momentum, market values have declined, with CGC 9.8s dropping to $102 and raw copies to $18. This book, despite its history, proved to be a market bust.
Hi there, this is Cliff on Comics, and you can find me at Cliff on Comics on YouTube. 3 years ago, Thunderbolts #1 made the top 10 list. Thunderbolts, of course, was there because of the announcement of the movie. Now, the comic book may not be anything like the film, but it has an amazing plot twist. In an era with no Avengers and no Fantastic Four, the Thunderbolts arrive as a new set of heroes, but secretly they are run by a very evil Baron, revealing that they are a newly formed Masters of Evil. So if you haven't checked out Thunderbolts #1, I highly recommend it.
Number 3, Sandman number 5, DC Vertical, 1989. Sandman number 5, which features the first appearance of Merv Pumpkinhead, experienced an increase in sales in 2022. This surge was driven by the Netflix Sandman trailer and the announcement of Mark Hamill, a cult voice actor known for playing the Joker, will portray the wisecracking, cigar-smoking janitor of the Dreaming. CGC 9.8 copies reached $335 and raw copies sold for approximately $40, fueled by anticipation for the adaptation and Hamill's casting. 3 years later, Sandman number 5 has cemented its status as a modern key issue, while the impending release of Sandman Season 2 is expected to feature more Merv Pumpkinhead. It has not significantly boosted. Currently, sales show a significant decline, with CGC 9.8 copies commanding only $59 and raw copies available for just $15, indicating a bust.
Hey guys, I'm Mike here from Lunch Money Comics. You can find me on YouTube and on Instagram. And today we're talking about Sandman issue number 5, of course, by Neil Gaiman, art by Sam Keith, one of my favorites. If you grew up in the 90s, you know he was absolutely everywhere. And it's notable for being the first appearance of Merv Pumpkinhead. I think a lot of people now know of him because of the Netflix series, fantastic, where he was voiced by none other than Luke Skywalker himself, Mark Hamill. That's cool. I love that show. I didn't know that was Mark Hamill until after the first season, but I love that first volume of Sandman, absolutely. And it was the one mostly adapted, plus some of the later volumes in that first season. And it's fantastic. So if you guys haven't read that first 8 or 10 issues of Sandman by Neil Gaiman and Sam Keith, what are you doing? You got to read it.
Number 2, Fortnite Marvel Zero War number 1, Laniel Francis Yu cover, Marvel Comics, 2022. Originally released in 2022, Fortnite Marvel Zero War number 1 generated considerable excitement, largely due to an inclusion of a download code for an exclusive Iron Spider-Man Fortnite skin. This incentive attracted both gamers and traditional comic collectors, pushing raw copies to a peak of $20. Similar to previous DC Fortnite crossovers, this initial surge was intense but fleeting. 3 years on, Fortnite Marvel Zero War offers an intriguing look at the intersection of comics and gaming. The fair market value for raw copies with verified unused codes has stabilized at $9 for near mint condition. Graded 9.8 copies currently sell for around $44, signaling a bust in the present market. Despite this, the comic's enduring appeal as both a significant Marvel crossover for collectors and a notable piece of Fortnite history for gamers ensures its continued relevance.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Emad from Emad's World of Geek. Marvel Fortnite, when it first came out, I remember all the kids were in the LCSs trying to pick that up because they wanted that coupon for the Fortnite game. One of the most popular, if not the most popular competitive video game in the world, and it's still very hot today, marvelously only by Marvel Rivals. However, back then when it first came out, everyone was after the coupon, and it might not be as relevant today, but it's still going to hold relevance in the future because there's so many crossovers that have happened. People are going to come back and revisit this in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are holding on to it. Have a good one.
Number 1, The Incredible Hulk 449, Marvel Comics, 1997. In 2021, William Dafoe returned as Norman Osborn in No Way Home, fueled by speculation about a villain-led MCU team, specifically the Dark Avengers. This led collectors to acquire Dark Avengers number 1. A year later in 2022, Marvel's emphasis on characters like Zemo, John Walker, and Valentina recruiting efforts shifted attention towards the Thunderbolts. As a result, collectors were also starting to buy Incredible Hulk 449. When Marvel officially announced a Thunderbolts film in June 2022, prices for Hulk 449 dramatically increased. CGC 9.8 copies reach $899, and raw copies jumped from $20.50 to $160. 3 years after its release, while the film cemented the Thunderbolts' place in the MCU, prices have since settled to $228 for CGC 9.8s and $47 for raw copies. Nevertheless, Hulk 449 is now considered a modern key, demonstrating the MCU's ability to transform overlooked 1990s comics into valuable collector's item, even if the initial surge in demand doesn't persist. The film's cultural impact further highlights how Marvel's villains can captivate audiences.
Look what I got right in front of me. Incredible Hulk 449. This is the first appearance of the Thunderbolts. This book was #1 3 years ago. And I tell you one thing, this book is awesome. You got Mark Bagley art. You got a great new team going on with it. This book is completely underrated. Even though we had the movie that just came in with and it kind of underperformed, this team is very different from the team you saw in the movies. Baron Zemo and the Masters of Evil are a big part of it. Earlier, we talked about the Thunderbolts #1, but this is the one you need to get. Go check it out. Go look for it. But it's definitely a book to keep in your collection for any PC. And that's me telling you.
This rewind shows how the market's maturing. Books like Ms. Marvel #1 and Thunderbolts #1 cooled in price, but they still carry cultural weight. Niche picks like Amazing Spider-Man #3 and Deadpool variants continue to appeal completists. And Sandman, it proves that timeless storytelling always finds new readers, even when prices dip. The demand never fully fades. Collectors today are more thoughtful, choosing long-term value over quick flips. It's not just about what's hot, but what lasts.
This rewind shows how the market's maturing. Books like Ms. Marvel #1 and Thunderbolts #1 cooled in price, but they still carry cultural weight. Niches like Spider-Man 3 and Deadpool variants continue to appeal to completists of Sarku Spider. At Sandman, it proves that timeless storytelling always finds new readers, even when prices dip. The demand never fully fades. Collectors today are more thoughtful, choosing long-term value over quick flips. It's not just what's hot, it's about what lasts. We hope you enjoyed this look back. Make sure to take a moment and hit that like button and subscribe to CovrPrice's YouTube channel for more weekly content, including the top 10 comics, Shakers Report, and comics covered with co-founders Matt and John. And make sure you check out CovrPrice.com to see what's on their current top 10 and various trending movers and shakers. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of the Top 10 Rewind from HeroesCon 2025. We'll see you at the next one. And don't forget to go check out Comics with IzzyVerse. I do many shows like this, and I'm looking forward to some more. I'll be in another show next week. And don't forget to keep collecting your comic books because it's totally worth it. There you go. My boy, DJ Links. We'll see you at the next one.